for coming onto the show.
Me,
I've been
man.
trying to get you. Well, I haven't been trying to get you on here for ages. I've been wanting to get you on here for ages. Um, but now we're here. So yeah, this is Alex. He plays guitar in Khoury. Fucking Jesus Locust. Tripping over my. I haven't had to talk to anyone yet today, man. So I'm tripping over my words now.
Yeah, we all been
Uh,
for so long. We lost all our social skills. Like we don't really know how to interact with people anymore, which is.
it's crazy, dude. Are you guys in a really strict lockdown over there?
I'm in London. I've been back in London for like a 2 months now, so it's pretty chill here. Like I spent the whole year in France, and people were super strict there. So coming here, seeing people out on the street, and it's good.
That's nice, man. That's nice. We've been in we're in Ireland, and we've been in level 5, which is the strictest lockdown since November. So apart from people in like shops, when I go to the supermarket, the only person I've seen is my housemate in 5 months.
I feel you,
So
man. I feel you. I was in this situation. I was stuck with my grandma for the whole year. So,
that's not so bad though, you know.
well, I mean, yeah.
Does she does she like that metal?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good for some time, but like obviously I was in the countryside and like being stuck there. I'm a very sociable person, and like I had a hard time coping with just like isolation and yeah, I think we all went through this cycle, and we still are
Yeah,
in the cycle. I
of
don't want to
course.
sound like things are over now. Like been struggling and to keep sane. Weird times, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the final stretch now, hopefully, though, with the vaccine and stuff like that, you know. So, how has COVID affected you as a musician? Has it made you better because of the isolation?
Um, I don't know. I definitely had some more time to practice. That the main thing I've been wanting to practice for all these years was my bends. I was never really aware of like those hasty smooth bends, and when you take time to and like jamming with Jeremy, man. Like Jeremy is like he's been mastering like a lot of techniques, and like he was the first one to really make me aware of that. So yeah, I had time to practice this. I want to say I got a bit better,
Yeah, yeah. I
but
fucking didn't.
it's been hard, man, because like obviously the mental state got got quite a bit out of the place. Like you would think, oh man, it's just perfect. Yeah, all this time you're at home, so just like compose and do stuff. But like it's quite hard to get on things, and
It's yeah. Are you one of those people like I find with myself that if I have too much free time, I get nothing done. Whereas if I have like a work day and then I have 2 hours after work where I can put something in there, then I'll do everything, you know?
I
So
feel
it's
you.
all or nothing, you know?
I'm terrible with discipline. Like I'm
Yeah,
like trying to put a schedule and walk on schedule, and like I have like all those notes and behind so many things, and just looking at them and like thinking about it like makes me do less stuff. I'm just like procrastinating, and I feel horrible about it. And I don't know, man. I've been working it out slowly. Like it's all in your mind really, and you have to be able to like focus on yourself and know your priorities straight, and try to like one step at a time like do
yeah,
something.
absolutely.
And, yeah, COVID did affect us in a lot of different ways. Like the album, we were supposed to record it and have it done kind of around March, April last year, so March 2020. Supposed to go to Germany by then and do the album. That got pushed a couple of times during the year. Like a few times we tried like in June and in August, and like things kept getting canceled because of the border situation, and obviously the studio was in Germany, so it was tricky to get everyone in the same place. But that did happen in November. We got all the drums tracked. We have all the string, like bass and guitar. Everything is, the whole instrumental of the album is done. It's
Sick.
ready to go. And it's all down to the vocals now. And the vocals been really fucking hard and stressful, I have to admit, man. But
Who's doing vocals?
well, we still don't have a vocalist, man. We worked all together like for the past 2 years and a half. We had like serious people that we really gave a shot. We had 3 different guys, man, and every time would be the same, man. Like we had a couple that actually traveled, and like we got to like work together and stuff, and a few months down the line, like things don't really happen anymore. Like you find yourself running after people to get demos done, to get shit done, man, and it's just been really draining, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, so if there's any vocalists out there, out of the 7 people,
You know,
like,
that's one of the reasons why I did this, man. Because I fucking want you to get a full band together. I want that shit to happen, man.
thank you, man.
But yeah, and like, do you have lyrics and everything written, or are you waiting for a vocalist to do that as well? Like, do you have a concept about what you want this to be about, on top of just fucking face melting riffs and blast beats? You know,
always been about face melting riffs. So
yeah, I can see that with those fucking Revocation covers, man.
Yeah, no, we don't really have yet a concept lyrically for the album. Although the last couple of vocalists we worked with, they were really good at coming up with ideas and rhythm, but not good at writing lyrics. So Jeremy took a foot in, I don't know how you say that, and he started writing some songs. We have like 3 or 4 songs written out with lyrics, and we try to work out with the vocalist, and yeah, eventually we'd like to find, because there's also this thing where like a vocalist would sing differently lyrics that he wrote, and we've been trying to find someone dedicated enough with a vision, with like something to say, who would come and just do this job, you know. Like me and Jeremy, we compose all the music, we write most of the drums, we program the drums, we work everything out. We don't want to be fucking writing lyrics on top of this, you know.
Of course. And like, stylistically, if you could say, give an example of a vocalist you already like, and know who would you put into that slot if they weren't already taken?
So imagine Khoury Taylor and Jody Plantier and having a baby.
Okay, and then that baby grows up really quickly. Okay,
Yeah, we're a big fan of like Pitch Scream, like all the good. It's quite a good genre, I think, but like also Pantera does it in a lot of like in a different style. But there's also like so many bands that does this, and we find this really like captivating and melodic. The aggression you get from like singing notes with like a grit to it, or like a growl to it. So there's this aspect. There's also the fast rhythm, and not especially the fast rhythm, but like how, you know, like Khoury Taylor in Iowa and mainly also in Volume 3, like he'd throw you all those verses where like it's really like, I don't know, you really feel that it adds something to the music, it holds with everything, and it's not just a vocalist coming up and like screaming whatever. So
yeah, it completely changes the shape of the song, the same way drums can, you know. When you have a few riffs that don't seem that heavy, but then you put, you know, fucking blast beats behind them, they're all of a sudden heavy, you know. So yeah, it's definitely very important not only to write the lyrics, but the way they're, I'm losing my words again, but the way that they're fucking structured into it, you know, so that it's not the same fucking repetitive shit all the time. So you don't want your vocalist to be in 4/4 all the time, you know. It's the best way to put it. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, the main hard thing was to find someone that is special, like someone unique. Like, luckily, man, we're very grateful since we put out Guiltless. Like, we had so many people auditioning from all over the world, and it was very like overwhelming at most of it. Like, we're like, shit, man, like, how do we go through all this? And but yeah, man, everybody is kind of in the same bucket, you know. It's always like either like this one directional all the time, or we got also a lot of people from the deathcore scene and stuff like this, and we love all that, but we've been really trying to find someone who like is unique enough and diverse, like who would sing a verse like this and then hit a chorus like that and have different voices, and something that really captivates the listener through the music. And
you're very fucking picky, man. You're very picky, you know. But it's good to be picky. It's good to be selective, you know.
Yeah, I know, and I think you have to be like this because
if you want to succeed,
if you put so much effort and like you have this certain vision. A lot of people been saying it on the Guiltless video or whatever, like, don't get a vocalist, or like people are scared for us to settle for someone like I get this a lot. There's a lot of bands that I would listen and automatically I have this thing where I can just mute the vocal and I would just focus on guitar and and
Yeah.
drum. And we don't want to be that band. And it's been tough, man. It's been tough to find this
Yeah,
vocal.
with the amount of reach you have, I would assume after COVID is done, like it would be hard to believe that you will never find a vocalist. You know, like that concept is just like, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
that's
what's
just
been playing on my mood, man. Because like, if let's say tomorrow everything is back to normal, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow looking back on that year that just passed and be like, fuck, man, you just had a whole year and you still don't have a vocalist. Like, what the fuck? And we tried everything, man. We spent hours and hours and hours going on YouTube, checking out covers on YouTube and trying. We try like different websites and apps that puts musician together, and it's like,
oh,
I
like
don't know.
Tinder for musicians.
Yeah, shit.
Oh,
Like
okay.
website called Featured Acts, and like there's a lot of people on there, and I don't know where they're hidden, man. Like they're an
They're
extinct.
all, it's all these like bedroom guys that like fucking are just recording one man projects on their own, and they don't think that they're going to get into a band, and they don't think that people want to join them. You
This is
just
how
need to get
Lokust
over that
started.
wall, you know.
Lokust started like that. So it was just me and Jeremy who like started putting up riff together and exchanging ideas, and like obviously in the like ideally we always wanted to have a band and like be like something, but like it just started just for the pure love of like. Sorry, I just saw a comment in the sky saying "Come to Brazil." And
That's just like on every fucking everything. Like,
Sky Van Huff, by the way, is the producer with who we recorded. He's
oh
a
really?
fucking guy, man.
That's sick.
And
Nice one, man.
yeah, man, it's cool to see him here. People
Yeah,
looking.
man. Wow. Yeah, there's a few people watching, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
there's actually
I'm
a lot.
gonna. Yeah, man, it's good, and we usually get like this will be saved on the Instagram afterwards as well in like the mini series and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, so we've had a few cool dudes on here. We had Dean Lamb a few months ago, man, from Archspire. That was pretty sick.
sick. I met them.
Yeah,
They're all fucking sick, sick dudes, man. We
yeah. I'm gonna talk to you about that in a minute. I have a question. You were talking about how you know it's tough to organize things and get on top of things at the moment. I wrote the questions for this podcast 20 minutes ago. So
So I had the same kind of approach in life. Like I would
yeah,
usually
yeah.
wait for the last minute to get shit sorted. So it's
Look, my excuse, man, is that I don't want it to be like an interview. I want it to be like an organic conversation, you know? So
awesome,
learn
man.
everything the first time, you know? So I'm just gonna kind of belt into it a little bit here. So at this point in your life, right, you're jamming with the likes of Krim and Ali from Silosis, which is insane. But it's where you should be because your skill level is also insane. But I just want you to take me back. Where did it begin for you? What was the first like lick or riff that made you go, okay, I want to be a shred machine?
I'm not a shred machine. Hold on a second.
Man, I'm fucking like my face.
You mean like in general, like going back in
Yeah,
time?
just when you were a kid, like when you were younger, like what was the thing? Like we all have that one riff that's just been, oh, I like this music now, cool.
Yeah,
You know?
because my mom was a massive Queen fan, and since a very young age, like she would play me Queen and all those kind of rock and roll and heavy kind of not very heavy, but like bands like this. So this is kind of like the vibe I grew up with, and obviously I was very hyperactive and not so easy kid growing up. So like yeah, I got a few guitars and drums like toys, and like I was always very interested into the whole music and the whole thingy. And I remember I was around 12, and I was trying to pick up what I wanted to do, drums or guitar. And Metallica was back in the days MTV2. You remember that?
Yeah, I
Lovely
remember
camel,
MTV
you
too, man. Yeah, yeah. I remember. You're not that much older than me, probably. I don't know.
I just turned 30 last month.
30. Yeah, 2 years, man. I'm 28. So,
So I remember watching the video clip for One, and I was like, all right, that's it. I want a guitar. I want to play guitar. And since
nice.
that day, on my 13th birthday, my dad gifted me a guitar. He was like, oh, here it is. You're probably going to play with it for a week and then forget about it. And I already knew how to play a bit. And I was like, "Here you go, man. Fuck you. I already know how to play." And it all went downhill after that, man. I mean, downhill. I stopped
Just
going.
got more strings, man, and more pointy parts.
Yeah, yeah.
Your guitars are absolutely sick, man. The Dave Davidson signatures, they're
Thanks,
just...
man. Well, I can give you
They're,
some more if you want.
yeah, man, give it, by all means. Fucking,
So that's the
yeah,
Dave
man.
one. I got the 7th string here.
We'd run down.
It's the USA made, so it's one of the first 14th that was made. And then I got my custom one, which is really based on the Dave one. I just love that ash finish, so good. I wanted a 6th string with like a next body guitar, inverted headstock. It has the Nazgul and Sentient Seymour Duncan on it. Fucking riff machine. I got like a couple of other guitars. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Those are beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. I've been eyeing up one for a while, but fuck, man, they're so expensive. Like shit, man. I don't know, man. Like, did you just give Dave a blowjob, or what's the story?
Yeah. Oh man, I honestly owe everything to Dave because it's because of him that I got the contact in Jackson. And this is how I got to get the custom one. And man, so it all started. So I came to London and I was having a hard time trying to form a band. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to London. That's going to be it, right? And people just show up to UK and that's it. It's like,
yeah, it's where dreams come true or something. I don't know.
And for 4 years, man, I was literally stopping people on the street with band shirts and be like, hey, dude, do you play an instrument? Do you want to jam? I would go to Camden, man, and just walk on the street and stop people like that. And so I ended up jamming with a lot of people like that. But obviously, like 99% of them, like it wasn't really the vibe and stuff. So after 4 years, it was kind of, it got a bit to me, and I was a bit like, what's the word? Discouraged okay. Kind of. So this is when I thought I'd do like a YouTube channel, do some covers, and maybe get in touch with someone and whatever. I never really took it seriously, and I never really took anything seriously in my life. So, so I started doing a few covers, and this is how me and Jeremy we met. He actually sent me a message through a Lamb of God cover I did on YouTube, and really straightforward, man. Oh yeah, man, I love your riffing. Yeah, me too, man. Like, where do you live? London. Okay, man, let's hang out. And he came over, we jammed, and we ended up jamming for like an hour. I think we played most of Lamb of God discography, and it was instant, man. It was fucking magic, man. Like, it was the first time in my life where I found a guitarist that could hold the rhythm, and like we somehow knew which harmonies to take, and like things happened like by themselves, man. And like after that, we're like, man, I think we should get something going on. And we started like composing songs after songs after songs, and we actually had the whole first album written before even dropping Guiltless. And at some point we were like, shit, we have like this album, we don't have a band name, we have nothing, we don't have a drummer, we have no one. It was just like me and Jeremy, and we're like, maybe we should start into getting something together. And it's tough, man. People really underestimate what it's like to form a band.
I'm sure the people watching, and myself including, we've probably all been in bands, and I totally get you. By the way, that was one of the best love stories I've ever heard in my life, by the way. You know? It's a fucking bromance, like, you know. So at this point, I was going to ask you who your biggest influence in music would be kind of growing up to now, but I feel like it's Dave Davidson already.
Not really, man. Dave Davidson is only in the last 3-4 years. I wasn't into Revocation until they released the Deathless album. And
Best album, 100%.
Yeah, man. And like, you look at the cover of this album, and it just like sucks you in, right? Like, it's like so evil and dark. So, and I kept seeing reviews on the internet of this album without checking it out, and I kept seeing the cover around and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out. And actually, the first song I checked wasn't even on this album. It was a song I covered, and I forgot the name. Great. Anyway, so I discovered this album, and then I saw the picture.
Oh, Jeremy's here.
Say again?
Jeremy is here.
Hey boy, you missed the love story. uh, but yeah, and somehow I just dived into the word of revocation, and I was like, damn.
It's a crazy world, man.
Yeah, man. Oh man, it took me like one listen and I was hooked, and I started covering, like wanting to cover all the songs and learn everything, and it was just so intricate, and there's so much texture to the thing. Like every riff has, like, it's not, I don't know, man. It's a
It's not as
whole
it seems, you know. It's like the riffs were written by Lovecraft himself, you know.
exactly.
But yeah, they just hit so hard, and it's like for a melodic death metal band, I've never seen such tasteful playing, you know. Like you could say necrophagist, but I don't know, like Dave just has like that jazzy touch, you know. So it's
Yeah.
weird. But yeah, absolutely incredible band. I think I started listening to them about 8 years ago, and they just instantly became my favorite band. Just I'm gonna get onto it with you later because I feel like we probably have the same top bands,
Yeah.
or like roughly so. But like Revocation, Psychroptic, Silosis,
Psychoptic and Lamb of God is the reason that
yeah.
I'm at the level I am right now in guitar. It was
How
Lamb
the
of God.
fuck did it not happen to me, man? Why didn't it happen to me? Come on.
Lamb of God was like, all right, down picking riff, heavy riffs, and then Psychoptic came and it was like, all right, techie shit, and like all those like different licks and like, yeah.
The Psychroptic stuff is fucking mind blowing, man.
Yeah.
Especially what's the album called? The one with ending on it and Carriers of the Plague and stuff like that. Just like the speed of his hammer-ons and everything are just like.
Yeah. Fucking
Then when he
sick.
does the covers on YouTube and he adds solos in there as well, it's just like, okay, you can do more, you know? Yeah. Did you ever see them live?
Psychoptic. I
Yeah.
saw them at the Black Heart, man. The Black Heart is a pub in London, and there was 20 people at the show, and I was shocked. I was like, but guys, don't like this is Psychoptic. Like no one knows about that. Like what the fuck? And I went there and they were all hanging up at the bar and they're just having a drink, and I was like, I got like starstruck, and I couldn't get into my head how like there was not a lot of people, and I think it was just maybe a bad promotion or some shit like this, but like. Yeah, it was fucking sick. And then I saw them a couple of times later, like during Tech Fest 2 years ago, and yeah, man, good times.
Yeah, it could have been just like a midweek gig. I remember I saw, there was a Monday night gig where I saw the Black Dahlia murder being supported by Ingested, and I'd say there was about 40 people there. It was crazy, you know?
And when this happened, like, what the fuck? Where is everyone? Like, don't you get
Yeah.
in town? Like,
mental. But it just means you can get closer to the stage, you know? So it's pretty good, you know?
Yeah, like I had a private show.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So you were at NAMM was it 2019?
The first time, yes.
Yeah, and I was just looking, I saw on your Instagram, you met a lot of really cool people there.
Oh man, I had the time of my life, man.
Can you tell me about the experience and who was the coolest person you met there?
Mick Thompson. He was the coolest person, and he was like one of them because Mick Thompson. So you asked me earlier about my inspiration. Mick Thompson was the first guitarist in my life where I was like, oh my god, like this is who I want to be, and like he still is a fucking god to me, and I even got his. Busy Rich did the signature pack with the Warlock and everything.
Nice.
And like I'm still obsessed with Slipknot. Like, but Mick Thompson was the first guitarist. So then we met him, me and Jeremy, at NAMM, and the first time we saw him, it was at the signing booth for Jackson, and there was a queue, and he was like full up, masked up, and he walks in the room, man, and you can just feel the energy change, and like. He's like it was very impressive, man, and like intimidating at a point. You're like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
He looks so sick. But then the next day, he was just chilling, you know, like sunglasses. And like we bumped into him, and obviously I went and I talked to him, fanboy for like 5 minutes, and I tried to act cool, you know, and I was like, yeah, what's up, Mick? You alright? We had a conversation for like 45 minutes, and the guy was so genuine, you know. He it didn't felt like he was just chatting shit to chat shit or whatever. It was like a genuine conversation that went on for 45 minutes, and like so cool, so down to earth, man, so humble. And you know, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it happens to you, it happens to a lot of people, man. Like, there's bands that you love, and then when you get to meet the guys, they're either dickheads or full of themselves, and that kind of ruined the images for you. Make was the opposite of that, and it was definitely like a moment. So he's one of the
That's awesome.
people that I met at NAM, and I saw Dave there. It was really cool to hang out with him.
What's he like in person? He seems like a chill guy.
He's really chill, man. Like, no drama, like, just cool guy, man. Super cool guy, man. I owe a lot to Dave, man. I started doing those Revocation cover, and I sent him one of my covers one day through Instagram, and he was like super supportive and super like, man, this is sick and everything. And that also kind of pushed me into doing more, you know. I was like, damn, man, the guy is not like, it gave me a bit of push, and I started, so we kind of build this kind of relationship of like fanboy covering your band.
Yeah, I saw him actually reacting to one of your covers on Metal Sucks as well, or Metal Injection. That was really cool. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
that was sick. Yeah, because that's how I stumbled across you, because I was looking up Revocation covers because I just couldn't get to grips with playing the songs. Still can't. But I really enjoy watching the covers, like the stuff from Deathless, because Labyrinth of Eyes and Madness Opus are two of my favorite tracks. You know, they're fucking
so sick,
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And you met I don't think I've never had that experience meeting a musician. Anyway, I haven't met too many famous guys, not as much as you, but I met Ola England it was a few years ago. So Meshuggah were playing in Dublin, and The Haunted were supporting. And is the sound gone?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Meshuggah were playing in Dublin, and The Haunted were supporting, and I somehow was interviewing The Haunted.
It's calling me.
What?
I think I saw Ola on the same tour. That was 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Yeah, it was a good tour, man. Yeah.
They played the tour in London. It was The Haunted. There was a band before The Haunted, and then Meshuggah. And same, we hang out with Ola afterwards, and Ola and Jeremy already kind of, I think they met before, and it was my first time meeting Ola, and also like super cool guy, and we saw him again and like he remembered us, and like, oh man, it's just so nice when like you're a fan of certain bands, and when you actually get to meet those people, and those people are cool, and they're like, there's none of that rock star attitude and everything. That really like kind of brings up the self-esteem of, I don't know, man, I fucking love this.
Yeah, I'd fucking hate if it ever happened though. Could you imagine like meeting Dave if you hadn't met him before, and he just went, "Who's this kid? Fuck off!" Like, you know, wouldn't you just be so heartbroken?
It means with some bands that I'm not gonna go into details.
Yeah, of course, man, no drama.
A few bands I was like, I loved them, and then meeting them, and then turning total pricks, and just me forgetting about the band, be like, oh, you know what, like, fuck you and fuck your band, and shame.
Yeah, I've done that too. Not with like massive bands, but you know, when someone leaves a bad taste in your mouth, you're just like, cool, I'm not buying any of your merch anymore. Cool, you know, you know. Yeah. These T-shirts are my painting and cutting the grass T-shirts now. You know. So how did it initially come up that you were jamming with Krim? How did that happen?
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man, Krim. I was still in Lebanon because I grew up in Lebanon, and that was in 2008. And I was already a fan of Krim before he joined Decapitated. I remember watching, he did a Late to Rest cover, and he did Progenies of a Great Apocalypse, and like some other cover, and he looked so young and like was all pink and shit, but he had the vibe, you know, he had the attitude, and straight away, man, I was like, oh man, I want this dude in my band, you know. And I was also a massive Decapitated fan, and the day I saw him joining on Carnival is Forever, I was like, you know, I was like, fucking awesome. So a few years down the line, when we were like trying, it was really hard, like, it is hard to find members. Like, there's not a place you go and you like, especially in the style that we do, it requires a certain technical ability, a certain dedication and stuff, and it's not everyone that is just like, at the level you expect. So yeah, Krim, we got in touch with another drummer before that, and we just thought, okay, we'll just do like internet is the thing, you know. So we'll just put a message on YouTube, do a video, and like just say that we're looking for band members, and hopefully like get a couple of emails or whatever. I don't even know how we got in touch with Krim or how we thought about it. I think it's just like it was a bit obvious. It was like one of my favorite drummers. So I remember sending him a couple of messages, sending him the demos and stuff. And Septic Flesh was playing at the Underworld. That was 2017 or some shit like this. I can't remember. But so we went, we saw the gig, and afterwards we hanged out backstage. Tried to brought all the guys back to the Dev. Shout out to the Dev for being the best metal bar in the world.
I've never been there. I'm gutted, man.
Oh man,
I haven't been in the UK in a while now ago, so
you haven't partied in a metal bar yet.
I was in contact with a guy that works in there before, because I was doing a little I was working with Steve from Mammoth Fest for a little while. So who was my contact in Chris Parker? Is that his name?
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah,
the man.
Yeah. I was talking to him a bit just about booking some shows a few years ago, but that's my only. And Mick Woods, I think, as well.
Let me say this, man. People have no idea how much work and effort. I worked at the Dev for like 5 years, man, and I've seen the figures, and I know it's not a place we make thousands and thousands. And Chris is one of those guys who would, even if the bar doesn't break even, he would pay bands from his own pocket for just the respect of the music and for the respect of the scene. And I've never seen so much respectful towards bands as Chris is. So big shout out to Chris and everything he did at the Dev.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I only had small dealings with him, but I heard great things. Anytime I was stuck for, you know, somewhere to put a band on, or who can help me out with this, everyone just sent me towards Chris every time, you know. Yeah. So that was sick, man. So Krim. Just sent a few emails and sent him some demos.
Yeah, he gave us a negative answer at first. So after the gig, we went back at the Dev. We hanged out. I had like kind of a home studio set up upstairs, and showed him the demos. He loved it, but he was like, honestly, like, he's a professional touring musician. Like, he's booked up all the time, and we're a new band. We didn't even have a band name back then, you know, like.
Really selling it, man.
Yeah, man. He was like, oh man, like, I wish, but no. So we're like, okay, man, we'll see, we'll look around. And then he came back like 3-4 weeks later. He was like, dude, like, I haven't stopped listening to the music since I met you. Like, the music is really good and everything. So I'm in, like let's do this thing. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, shit. Now, let me be straight, man. It was never a question of him being our official, like, our full-time drummer. Although as much as we loved it to happen, like, from day one, things were always very clear, and he was always meant to, like, give us this drum recording over our music, and also this boost to try and find members for the band. So, yeah, I think it was summer 2018. Yeah, summer 2018. Septic Flesh was playing Bloodstock. I believe it was Bloodstock. So we hanged out, and after the show, Krim came back with us to London, and we stayed like a week together, me, Krim, and Jeremy. We rented out a place in Camden, practice space, went, spent 2-3 days practicing, and then on the 4th day, we got like our friend, Joel, who's a sick-ass photographer and like filmmaker. We just got all together, played a few songs, tried to see where this would go, and yeah, this is how we got to do things. And did the song. He traveled back, and the song actually stayed on the hard drive. Like, it was fully edited and everything for like ages. And prior to that, we already did, we shot Eradication 1, which is the first playthrough we did, me and Jeremy. And without having plans of doing anything, we're like, all right, we just shoot this. We have the songs, we have the music and everything. We'll shoot this, and whenever we need it, like whenever we're ready, we'll do this. And it's not until we got invited to go to NAMM, it was like 3 weeks before jumping on the flight to Los Angeles. And we're like, oh man, like, honestly, we have this chance. We're not gonna show up there like empty-handed, be like, yeah. we're in a band. What's up? You know what I mean? So like we just stressed out for like a couple of like weeks. We're like, all right, cool. We need a band name. We need an Instagram page. We need business cards. We need to have our shit together, really. And finding a band name was one of the most. It was as difficult as finding a vocalist.
It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. Everything good is taken, you know?
And like,
you need to make up words.
Yeah. So yeah, and so we settled down. We settled on a name 3 days before New Year's, and we didn't even like the name in the beginning. Like we had a song called Lokust, and we were just like trying out different options and whatever. And at some point, we were just fed up, me and Jeremy, of like just going through the dictionaries and like internet, and we were like, you know what, Lokust, okay, we'll go with this. And we were like, and we can just change it later or whatever, and then we see how it goes. And so we did this. We put in some business cards. We released their education cover on the 3rd or 4th of January, and on the 7th or 8th, we were traveling to Los Angeles. And I remember editing the teaser video for Guiltless on the plane.
Oh my god, man, Jesus!
And we had like, oh man, it was crazy. When I look back on this time, like those are definitely one of the best times of my life. But like, I think about it, like how it happens, and like it's just like a bit crazy. But like, yeah, and I got drunk obviously on the plane. I was a bit crazy, and I started downing some like red wine, and like I'm editing the video completely drunk, and I knocked everything. But yeah, but it was like 2 days before the NAM actually started, and we launched the video. And honestly, like we knew that we had a certain level. Like we weren't just like this any kind of band that put up some riff together, but we were like, okay, we're at entry level of like decent band. But like, I don't know, just
you're putting yourself down a bit hardly there, man. That's fucking, you're a bit more than decent level of entry level band. Like, how many views does it have, man? 1.8 million? Is that how much?
I don't know, shit like that.
Yeah, you know, that's fucking insane. And do you think a lot of that is to do with Crim's push on the video?
I don't know, probably a bit. Although the views start going crazy, I don't know, just out of nowhere. Obviously, Khoury did play a lot in that. I don't know. Yeah. I generally don't know how things just got like this out of proportion.
Yeah, and obviously, like I told you the other day as well, I found the tabs for Guiltless on a random tab website, so people obviously fucking love it, like, you know.
Jeremy saying one of us doing more editing, the other one more focus on getting hammered. I'll let you guess which one is which.
everyone has to play their roles, man. You need to have that balance, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can take turns next time, you know. Yeah, Jeremy can get shit faced next time. It'll be fine.
Oh no, man. No, because if you get shit faced, there's nothing happening.
Just write some fucking drunk party metal, man. It'd be sick. So, if you could fill Lokust with a singer and bassist from any established band, who would it be? Now, not taking a mixture of Corey Taylor and Joe Duplantier and making a baby, but if you could just take actual people, you know, it'll just to give a good idea to the people watching. Yeah. Exactly what you're looking for. Although bass, this is like a running thing. Bass isn't really an instrument, so like anyone can do it.
Man, no, honestly, I disagree. I think bass.
I'm only joking, man. I know. You know.
I know what you're saying. I know, but like, yeah, and we're lucky to we find someone super dedicated, and we're really happy with him, and we're really eager to get this thing going and like unfold everything. But yeah, a vocalist from a band, I don't know. That's a hard question. Khoury,
yeah, there's yeah, we'll send him an email straight after this and see if he's free.
Yeah, let me call him. Hold on a second. Yo, Khoury, what's up, man?
I wouldn't be surprised if you fucking had his number, man.
Solo projects and shit.
Hey, I'm the guy that was talking to Mick at NAM, remember? Yeah, join my band. Yeah.
Maybe could drop a word.
So, do you guys have some plans for the post-COVID world? Assuming that you find a vocalist, like, are you looking to play live? Have you been in touch with festivals? Have you like a release date on the album? Things like that?
it's everything is down to finding a vocalist. Obviously,
Okay.
the album is recorded. We would have a release date if we had a vocalist, and the
Yeah, of
vocals would
course.
be done as soon as we have someone and the album is worked out. We have like plans of doing a couple of video clips, merch, and everything. We have big plans for it. We just cannot wait to get in the room all together and jam and start doing shows. Like this is, if I have to pick one reason, this common reason that we have in the band is just the love for playing live, just being on stage, blasting fucking, you know, amps and drums and really feel the energy. And oh man, we're a sucker for all that, man.
Yeah, man, me too. And I want an excuse to come back to the UK, man. I went to I'm not sure, were you at Mammoth Fest the last year it was on?
No,
Did
I've
you go
never
to
been
that?
to a fest.
Oh man, it was Decapitated and Bleed from Within headlining as well, like, you know.
Oh, Brighton.
Yeah, yeah.
I was there. Yeah.
Were you? Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if you saw me setting up the drum kit for Decapitated, no?
Oh
Yeah, I was helping the guys with it, yeah. Yeah, man, that was one of the best weekends of my life. Oh, I was fucking hammered, man. It was just that the other guy that was meant to do it couldn't be found. So they were like, "How many drinks have you had?" I don't know. I don't know. Can you put a drum kit together? Sure. You know. Um, yeah, it was good. So I met Decapitated and the guys there as well. They were all really nice.
Cool.
Didn't talk very much, but they were very sound. But there was there's a lot of good music in Brighton, man. Holy shit, so many good bands and YouTubers and stuff as well.
Yeah, Joss Allen is a sick ass guitarist, man.
Joss Allen's brilliant, man. What happened to his channel was fucking horrible.
Huh?
His Riff Bros channel got removed from YouTube, or it got hacked or something like that.
Seriously?
Yeah, a few months ago it got hacked, so he had to start a new one. So they lost all their viewers and everything.
Oh man, I didn't know about that. That fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
it's so shit. Like, what? Yeah, some Chinese hacker or something like that, because he was putting up all Chinese videos on the page afterwards. Then, from what I could see, but yeah, and who else is in Brighton? Like the guys like Rabia's in Brighton as well, isn't he?
It's very inspiring, man. Very. I've
And
never met him, but sick ass guitarist, and I love like his riffs. I've seen a few videos. I think it was one of the Neural DSP.
Yeah, the Nolly one.
Like some nasty riffs.
Yeah, and the big chords he uses as well that are just so thick and chunky. Yeah, I think it was the Nolly archetype that he was testing out, and he had a few riffs in that were just mental. And his Grinding Gears EP is just fucking mind blowing as well. You know.
I need to check that.
Yeah, I think Bradley Hall in Brighton as well. Do you know him? It's the guy that does like the guitar solos, like Tornado of Souls and stuff like that backwards.
Oh yeah, he did some videos with Jack Harris.
Yeah, I think so. And and he's been on a few Jared Dine ones. He's coming on this in a few weeks.
That's awesome.
So it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. So yeah, man. So we're getting kind of towards the end of this now. We're going to play a few riffs for us in a little bit. But just one more question, because I'm just dying to know this. What are your top 5 bands?
My top 5 bands.
Yeah.
You know that's a hard question, but I can pick 5 bands.
Okay, you can do 6 if you want.
I'll go order, like from like my favorite bands when I was growing up till like they are still legit to today. I would say Slipknot, Chimera. Do you remember a band called Chimera?
Yeah, I know Chimera.
How
yeah,
big they are, man. They were. I mean, it's a shame that they're not a band anymore. Decapitated, Psychroptic, Gojira, Revocation. I'm a massive fan of Jeff Loomis, Conquering Dystopia, Nevermore, West Coast, everything that he does.
He's a monster, man. He's insane.
Bleed From Within. I've been a fan of Bleed From Within since fucking ages back in Lebanon, and that was also a moment in my life where I became friends with the guys and shit, and I was like, damn, man, I think I'm living a dream.
It's crazy, yeah. They're one of my favorite bands as well, man. They blew my mind at Mammoth Fest. I dislocated my shoulders to them. It was great.
Great, I'm proud.
yeah, it's nice. Popped it straight back into the mosh pit. You know. But yeah, good times. Yeah, we've a lot of similar ones there, man. Revocation, psychroptic, bleed from within, silosis, decapitated. That's kind of my bag, you know. That's fucking mad. Okay, would you mind playing a few riffs for us?
Sure. You didn't tell me I was gonna play.
Oh man, you
I
you
can.
you kept saying to me, "Hey man, can I play some riffs? Can I play
I'm
some
even
riffs?"
warmed up, man. You're gonna put me to shame like you're gonna expose me like that.
Well, you're
Hold on.
not gonna like the second one, so fuck.
Well, I was actually jamming this before.
Okay, it's only four riffs, man. It's only four. Okay.
Go on, four ribs.
Yeah, yeah, but
Come on, you
I'm
want
gonna tell you.
four?
I'm gonna tell you which ones to play, though. I'm gonna tell you which ones to play, right?
Okay.
so, so,
All right.
okay. Number one, riff you were most proud of writing.
Writing.
Yeah,
Oh.
I should have probably sent you these before.
Yeah, man. You should have give me a heads up. I don't know. I have a. Is that right? Sound wise?
Yeah, that sounds good, man. It's fucking nasty, man. You made me do the face. You know the face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the hardest riff you ever learnt?
Learn the hardest riff. All right. 3-4 nights ago, I was hella fucking stoned, and I was listening to Aborted, which is a band that I love, and I
Yeah,
discovered a
absolutely
song
incredible.
called Cadaverous something. I should have not said that, man, because I can't play it. I don't know. There's so many difficult riffs. There's categories of difficult. There's the left hand difficult. There's right hand difficult. I don't know.
Well, you like I think that overall you're a very good guitar player, but your right hand, man, is just it reminds me of Dave and Vogue, like put into one fucking mold. It's just like it's so vicious but so precise. It's like like a fucking ninja, you know. Oh man. All right, this one might be hard to remember, but do you remember the first riff you ever wrote?
The first riff, I think I could. It was a big rip-off of a bit of a rip-off of fucking Rose of Sharon of.
Oh yeah, Kill Switch.
I don't think I can. What was it? I don't know, man. It was some shit like that.
Some, like straight up metalcore, like yeah. Sick. And here's my favorite one, man. What's your favorite riff that you wish you wrote?
Ooh. You should have really got me prepared before.
Hey man, as I said, I like it being organic, you know?
Yeah, cool. I'm genuine. Favorite riff, there's so many.
Do you ever have that moment though where you're writing a riff and it's nearly done or it's done and then your friend comes in and goes, oh, that's that riff from that song, and you're like, oh fuck, it is that riff.
Yeah. More than you think.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Favorite riff. There's this Conquering Dystopia riff that I love. The opening riff for a prelude to Nation. I don't know what. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah. Keith Merrow is hands down the best rhythm guitarist in the world. Like he's just
sick, man.
He's insane. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, we're coming towards the end of it now, so just one last thing, really. Well, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. It's been a really good chat. I was looking forward to it all week, man. So where can people buy your music? Where can they buy your merch? Where should they look for Lokust?
We buy Guildfest at the moment. And
okay, that's still.
Yeah, on iTunes and Spotify, not Spotify, but yeah, Apple Music and iTunes. You can
Okay.
get it from there. You can get it from Amazon. Yeah, that's about it. We've been hard to get on the wheel of streaming media. Obviously, Guild has been strictly on YouTube for all this time, and it's not like until like a couple of months ago we were like, all right, well the album is recorded. It's not going to be instrumental. It's got different drummers or different drum lines. People might miss Guiltless or want to have Guiltless in some way or another. So we were like, you know what, we'll just make it available on Spotify and everything. And we're gonna release some tabs soon. We just need to find a way how to like make the shit happen. But
Yeah. Go to Sheet Happens, man. You know, see if they'll
yeah,
do it.
oh, we can do it ourselves.
That's sick, man. Right, so I was going to say like what's coming next, but we need to wait for you guys to have a vocalist before we can know what's coming next.
Yeah,
So,
I can tell you we're halfway through composing the second album, and we're having this problem now where like we're almost more excited about the new songs that the songs they are on the first album, and we're really eager to get this thing going. So we have a lot of plans, and honestly, like yeah, I don't know, we need to find this vocalist.
yeah, you're so fucking sick of waiting, man.
I'm
See
very
it, but,
glad. You can tell, like I'm like
it'll happen, man. Good things come to those who wait, you know.
yeah,
And yeah, and once COVID is over and everything like that, I've no doubt in my mind that you'll find a vocalist. I know a few guys that kind of fit your description, but I just don't know if they could go that hardcore into it, you know, and move
yeah.
countries and all that kind of
Oh
shit, like,
man,
you know.
put them in touch, man, please.
Yeah, I've one guy in mind, all right, and I'll get on to him later, and I'll see. I'll send you some of his stuff anyway, and
Yeah.
we'll see what you think of him. He's the best vocalist in this country, in my opinion. So, um,
I don't. Did he audition? I don't think he did.
no, no, no. I don't know what he's doing, but I'll get in touch with him and I'll see what he says because it would be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alexei, thanks a million for coming on. I really enjoyed the chat.
Thank you for everyone who showed up in the chat. I feel bad that I didn't check a single comment. Feel like we should have checked some.
You can't check it afterwards either, man. It's really you can. You just can't check after the video has ended.
All right.
Yeah. So
thank you for everyone who showed up and still here, and thank
yeah,
you
that's what
for your podcast. Pleasure.
Yeah, cool. So we'll put some links in the comment section of this video or of the initial promo video, just with where to get your music and just links to the videos and all that kind of shit. And hopefully a few more followers. Hopefully people buy some shit.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Happy.
You know. hopefully you find a vocalist.
I mainly just want to have a fucking vocalist showing up. If you can if you can be the reason Lokust found a vocalist, yeah, that would be
yeah, I'm taking a commission on that, man, if that happens.
I'll gladly give it to you.
All right, cool, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy your night.
You too, man. Ciao.
How the fuck do I turn this off? There we go. All right, lads. Thanks for coming to that. That was good crack. Lokust are an absolutely sick band. I'd recommend everyone checks them out. And you can check them out on Spotify, but it would be better if you just go on Apple Music and fucking throw them a few quid, like, you know. Hope to have the next guest announced there soon. It'll be someone from Ireland on the local scene. And then, as I mentioned there a while ago, I will be having Bradley Hall, the YouTuber, in a few weeks as well. So happy days. Speak to you guys later. Have a good night.